The term structure is applied to any arrangement of things that form a specific pattern. A bond is anything that holds two or more things together. Consider the reaction which takes place when sodium reacts with chlorine to form sodium chloride. Sodium atom reacts by losing its valency electron in order to acquire a stable noble gas electron arrangement. Chlorine atom reacts by gaining one electron on its outermost energy level in order to acquire a stable noble gas electron arrangement. In the reaction between sodium and chlorine, sodium atom loses its outermost electron to form a chloride ion. The sodium ion formed has 10 electrons and 11 protons, therefore it has net charge of 1 positive. Chlorine accepts a single electron donated by sodium into its outermost energy level. The resulting ion has 18 electrons and 17 protons, therefore the chloride ion formed has a net charge of 1 negative. The positive and negative ions formed attract each other, finally forming an ionic bond between them. Ionic bond is formed when an electron is transferred from a metal to a non-metal. Generally, reactions between metals and non-metal results into the formation of ionic compounds. Answer the following questions. Magnesium and oxygen combine ionically to form an ionic bond of magnesium oxide. Magnesium atom requires to lose 2 electrons to acquire a stable noble gas electron arrangement, while oxygen requires to gain electrons to acquire stable electron arrangement. 2 valency electrons are transferred from magnesium ion to oxygen atom, leading to formation of magnesium ion with a charge of positive 2, while oxygen atom gains the 2 electrons, forming oxygen ion with a net charge of negative 2. The 2 ions have opposite charges, therefore they attract each other, forming an ionic bond. Calcium reacts with chlorine to form ionic bonds of calcium chloride. Calcium loses 2 of its valency electrons in order to gain a stable arrangement. Chlorine requires to gain 1 electron in order to acquire stable electron arrangement. Therefore, calcium loses its 2 valency electrons to 2 chlorine atoms, leading to formation of calcium ion with a net charge of positive 2, while each of the 2 chlorine atoms gain an electron, acquiring a net charge of negative 1. The 2 chloride ions are attracted towards the calcium ion, forming bonds. Other examples of compounds that form ionic bonding include lithium fluoride and potassium chloride. The animation below shows the bonding in potassium chloride. Most ionic compounds form crystals. In the sodium chloride crystal, sodium ions attract the negatively charged chloride ions from all directions. Similarly, chloride ions attract the positively charged sodium ions from all directions. This type of attraction gives a three-dimensional structure, where each sodium ion is surrounded by 6 chloride ions. Similarly, each chloride ion is surrounded by 6 sodium ions. Since there are very many ions in a unit, then the arrangement results in a giant ionic structure. Compounds formed through ionic bonding have giant ionic structure. Properties of ionic bonding. Solubility in water. Many ionic compounds dissolve in water. Ionic compounds have high melting and boiling points due to the strength of ionic bond. Electrical conductivity. Ionic compounds conduct electricity when in aqueous or when they are in molten form. How many electrons should the atoms with the following atomic number gain or lose for them to be stable?